Welcome to the Ladies Lounge. I'm your host, Erica Kane, the big one, not the little one. And today we have a special guest. All the guests are special. And I'm going to let her introduce herself, tell how you can find her on all social media platforms.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I am Saw Michelle. I am the owner of the Billion Event Center located at 815 Main Street. We are a facility that does events and also co-work space, tied into a lot of other things.
Okay, so y'all, today we're going to jump right in this thing. We're talking about event host and vendor relationship, what that all looks like. Okay, you have different kind of events, but the main thing is what people seem to not know exactly what to do as far as who is responsible for what, this, that, and to make a great event, you need both parties to be great. That's number one. So we have Miss Billion here today because she hosts a lot of events. She owns her own event center. And then for some of y'all who don't know, I am a avid vendor. I love vending. Y'all know I got a business. And that is the best part to me. I love to vend. I love to go and purchase from other small businesses at events and pop-ups. And but definitely locally in the area that we live in, I am hearing a lot about, you know, the complaints from the vendors, the complaints from the event people who are hosting events. But we want to try to get some things straight. Try to get both sides to see each other point of view. This is what this podcast is all about today. Not putting the blame on nobody, not, trying to say this person, or that person, but just to, so everybody can see a bigger picture. Because me being a vendor, that's what I love, but I do throw events every now and then because it is a lot. I love my Galentimes. I love it with all my heart, but that's all I want to do, baby. I need one thing in a year. I can't be like, because you throw them all the time.
Yeah.
I can't. I ain't got that type of patience. And so, first, I think people should understand the difference between a pop-up and an event.
That's a good one.
First, okay?
First.
Because there's a difference. So a pop-up shop is where a group of business owners say, hey, or you take it as yourself. Take group out. I think that's one of the issues too. This is a personal thing for you. You're a business owner. You're saying to your customers, I'm popping up at whatever address today. Come see me in person because most small business do all they marketing and business through social media. People don't get to see you, don't get to meet you. They either can buy through that site or through a website. So you telling, hey, come out and meet me today. I'm gonna be here. Now, true enough, somebody hosting the pop-up. Somebody is hosting a pop-up. But it is your responsibility to get your customers, the people who support you, to come see you. You. It's for your business. You and your business. The pop-up event person, I'm sure they're going to, first of all, they've already made a commitment. They done got a building. And they done got y'all together. They're committed. They done already did their part. They're gonna let people know. But it's also your job to let people know because you're initially saying, I want my customers to come see me. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, just you saying my business. I want you to come to me. So when you having an event, more so a ticketed thing or a theme situation, it's also a vendor's job to push that said event. because the more people that come to the event, the more people coming to see you. You should take whatever your business is and market it around said event, because now you have a thing. You have something. I think the most important thing is to know if this is your market target with an event. Pop up, any and everybody can be there. There's no just this type of industry, that type. But when you having an event, you have to think, do my business correlate with the theme, the motive of this said event? Because maybe I even use me as example. If this is a hallelujah night, I can't go sell the toys. That wouldn't be, even though they in there praising the Lord and with them, but said that's not the event for the erotic zone. Hallelujah night and whatever the church has to offer. Maybe I should take the sunglasses. You know, that'll be a better fit. But you have to know if something has an event, a theme, what a whole direction. Like you about to have the self-love. Now the toys might can
both.
Come. Yeah, they can both be
Both,
at the
yeah.
self-love. I can teach you a little something. You know what I'm saying? But that sort of thing. You got anything you wanna say?
That's true. So to answer your question, like, what's the difference in between the actual event? You're right. You know, as far as like a hosting, if I'm hosting something such as that has a theme like Women's Self Love Expo, that's going to have different components. It's sort of like a show, I would say. Mm-hmm. So you got different breakout sessions, things like that will actually entertain the guests being there. Mm-hmm. So, and with tickets does make a difference. Tickets, you know, they're making a commitment to be there. Mm-hmm. So you know that you're going to have, you know, attendees there. With pop-up shops is just saying, hey, you know, I have a place and you don't have a place. And some people do. Some people have a storefront or whatever, but it's good when you have anywhere from 20 to 40 vendors in one place. If you got 20 to 40 people that have 20 to 40 different businesses, including my own, then it should be a packed house sometimes. Mm-hmm. It definitely shouldn't be a dry event. Yeah,
because if you could get, and it's just, and sometimes you're not going to get your own customers, because this or that. But if everybody got like 5 people, just think about that. Now you're looking at almost 100 people that came to the door, people who potentially could be buying your stuff as well, you know, so.
I think they missed the mark with, like I was telling you before we got on here, I was talking about when I was on the vendor side. When I used to do vendor events, me and my dad was a partner with that. We have an ice sculpture business. And so ice sculptures fit into bridal season. You'll probably get, you know, we do have our percentage of people that, you know, get ice sculptures as far as like, birthday parties or something like that. We may have that if it's like a golden birthday party, like a 70th or a 50th. Mm-hmm. We get a lot of corporate events and things like that. But our main pool of people is brides. And so we mainly put ourselves, it wouldn't make sense for us to do an ice sculpture at one of my pop-up shops because it don't fit. But we do we mainly are tied into all the bridal fairs. And it's probably about 4 or 5 a year. But what we do is that my dad just carves the ice. You know, he don't do any of the paperwork and all. He old school. Yeah. You know, so not saying that he not the brains, but he feel like once he did the ice, he done.
Yeah, you take care of it.
Yeah, he only answering questions about the ice. How long it take, you know, but that's what he there for. But when it comes to like the booking side and things like that, he depends on me to do that. So when I was doing pop-up shops, mainly I would do stuff like, you know, say put out something out there the moment that we actually sign up to be a vendor. I put out something saying, hey, the first brides or whatever, first 50 brides will get 10% or 50% off. Or we're giving away a free ice sculpture today, and we really highlight that ice sculpture. If you come to the bridal fair and sign up, we're doing a drawing. And it's been times that we done had 300 to 400 different emails from, they have to come to the table and they sign up for it and put their name in the box. So, and we'll let them know, hey, we're going to do the drawing XYZ. and we'll email and call you and let you know. So when you're giving them steps of action to get there, and they know that they want a ice sculpture at their wedding, then you giving them a reason to come.
Right.
So if I'm
They
selling
probably was
cookies,
coming anyway.
they definitely coming anyway.
They
Because
coming anyway.
with the bridal fair, people come and it be the foot traffic be a lot. Like you subject to get 20, 30,000 people. They come way from all these little country towns to the Little Rock. You know, they feel like that's the big one. Especially brides, they gonna drive. They gonna make their husband drive.
Mm-hmm.
Mom gonna come. The event
It's all
coordinator gonna
online,
come. Yeah, you know. So if I'm selling cookies or I'm selling clothes, then that's the day I feel like that I have to run my hottest deal. You know, if make them if I know I got somebody that buy my cookies all the time. You know, at whatever they sell cookies for. Well, today they 50-cent cookies. You know, come get a box of 50-cent cookies or come get a quarter of cookie. You're going to bring you, your kids, you know, a couple people through the door. Even if, now I've seen people at the vendor events that it'll be a room full of vendors, but it'll be one or two vendors that got all the people. And they come in the door and they go straight to their table and they leave. And it's been times I'll be like, dang, you got all the customers today, you know, but they worked. They were doing live the whole time. They were telling them, hey, come see me. I'll give you X, Y, Z. I'll give you something for free. You know, they give them a reason to come through the door while everybody else sitting around looking in my face because they don't have customers coming through the door, you know. And I don't ever try to be away, but I be thinking like, hey, y'all pay me, so I'm paid. I really don't even have to be here. I could really just come back and lock the door, you know. But because of the commitment, I always feel bad. You know how it is. I always feel bad. I always feel like I got to run around and compensate people, you know, give to people a little extra because they didn't. And it's never my fault. Right. It's never my fault because people are not there. But I always take on that guilt of feeling like it's my fault, you know, because people didn't come to the vendor event. So I've done vendor events for so long. I've been doing them for so long, but I told myself that this year I'm gonna kind of phase out of them because it's less effort. I feel like that if I'm a business owner, I would never set up somewhere and not tell people where I am. That just don't make sense to it. It don't click and click, you know, for me.
And I think just from what I'm seeing out, a lot of people don't post they gonna be there to the day before or the day of, and we are all adults. I know exactly what I'm doing when I wake up in the morning. If maybe I'd have known, been seeing it the whole time, that would be on my books. Yeah. I would come through.
And I've even seen your table, they come in and you sit right there by the door. They'll come get their little 4-5 glasses, then they be back out the door. They don't even go past that to see because they came for whatever deal that you are advertising. 3 for such and such, 2 for whatever. You know, you tell them, hey, you come today, you get X, Y, Z. I done seen you pull them from outside. It's never a time that you just don't work your table while you're at a vendor
event.
I
think and this don't mean no shade to nobody, but this is the honest to God truth. It's okay to have an idea and run with your dream. You a business and you ran with it, but in your running, please take the time to understand and get educated about the business side. It's more than, hey, I got this product, here you go, do you want it? You gotta understand. First of all, I was taught my first business, how I got into vending. I worked for a small black business, but the first thing he told me was vending is not about making money. Don't you walk in this door expecting to make money. You walk in this door and you leave a lasting impression on people. They will be your potential customers. They will tell other people and give you, because you got to understand this was an older generation. Social media ain't always been there. So this is your opportunity to show people who don't know who you are, who you are. People love energy. We all own energy, right? We all, and that's one thing about, another thing, I have never worked with anybody, well, except 501 Witty, but we go back. But I've never worked with anyone in business that I did not meet at a vending event. Nobody ever. All the people I deal with, I met them there. I felt their energy. I seen how hard they was working. I seen we connected. I went to a pop-up. I walk in the door. First of all, about me, people don't know. When I walk through a door, I'm finna spend money because I love black business. This is what I come for. I might not even know who all in the building, but I'm interested. If it's anything I can use in that room, that's what I'm on. But I walk into a room. You don't get a hey, how you doing? You walk up to the table. Yeah. They steady in their phone. They dry. They having conversation with the person sitting right. And I'm trying to figure out what you got.
They are so uninterested in their own business.
Right.
They'll take the time. They'll worry you to death. Ask a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
All to come have a seat. And I just walk through. You know me. I just walk through and. You all right? How you doing? You good? Such. I do that all the time. You never see me not do that. And the whole time I go in the corner, I just be like, man, what time is it? You know, because for me, I'm like, I have to say, hey, y'all, at 12 o'clock, we all going to go live. And they drag up out the seat and stuff. And I be like, in my mind, I really be wanting to create a list of people of money that I don't want to take no more.
And I get that. And I always feel like that some people just don't know. But when you in a space and you can see other people trying to do stuff, you should jump on board because evidently you don't know.
Some people lack. It's not that they don't know. It's they lack something. They like you can't teach ambition. Like you can't teach. Like why would I want to sell hair?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
also just. I just came real quick. You said that.
Yeah, Mr. Producer, because you said you weren't jumping on the mic today, but go ahead.
Because you gave great insight. And also, they lack forward thinking.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the vision that you spoke to a little bit, and also they don't really think long term. The benefits that come with this, whatever potential business decision, the overall how they approach the overall matter, and overall just what could come later on if they just really give effort.
I think a lot of people are fantasizing about them seeing other people on social media. Other people say, hey, I just did this and now look how much money I got. It don't work like that. It's a lot of work behind entrepreneurship. Not what you just see on your favorite social media accounts, your favorite content creator. They creating content. They definitely working if they got numbers to prove it. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody walk in the room and they didn't even come to see you as a vendor, step from around that goddamn table and say, hi, my name is. Can I show you what I have to offer?
Yeah. Because like if you think about like in the mall, like you be walking fast as hell trying to pass by them with
the little kiosks.
Can I curl your hair? No, I ain't got no hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can I put this? Can I try this on your skin? No, but they will chase you down about it. They're popping up too, and I always pay attention to that. Like that's a pop up too. They pop up. They make sure that if they go in there with the mindset of saying, hey, if it's a Saturday and the mall is gonna have 300 people in the mall today, then why wouldn't I talk to at least 200 people? You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal. You'll do better off getting a kiosk in the mall versus being at a pop-up. Mm-hmm. You got to place yourself where it makes sense.
But you still got to talk to the people. You just can't sit at the kiosk. They going to right on by. They didn't come to the mall to your kiosk. They came for dealing.
I always look at it like this, is that the way you present yourself at a table is the way you present yourself as your business anywhere. Mm-hmm. You know, you should be able to be the best representative in your business, even if it's at home sitting on your couch. Exactly. If you can't present that at home, you can't present it at a table, and you will never have a brick and mortar. Mm-hmm. And if you do, it's not gonna do much. You will be complaining in your own business. You be the one and spend money to go because you want the look. Mm-hmm. People want to look like they have a business. Yeah. And when they get in there and they have a business, then they be like, okay, I done painted the walls, I got a key, now what's next? Mm-hmm. You know, and they mad because they ain't got no people coming through the door, you know, but they got 29 more days on the, you know. Just saying. They got 15 more days so I could chill. Now they got 5 days and they got to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? So now let me try to figure these things out on how I'm going to, you know, get this going or why these, then it turned into, don't nobody support my business. No. Don't nobody even know about your business.
Exactly.
You know, and so that's how I look at it. But I try to, like when we had the pop-up shops, I always try to pause. I always try to talk to everybody as a group. I always try to, you know, come up with some type of conversation to do like a quick, what is it? Like a quick, like
pep talk,
something. Yeah.
Even like for me, if you're a vendor and you get there and it's kind of slow, you know, y'all can help each other create content right there.
You can.
People don't know that you not, because at the end of the day, we consumers too.
Like, use the time wisely.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I do like is that the only time that it's a highlight when it's a pop-up shop or something that's slow. I like the fact that it is a point where everybody get up and shop from each other. Mm-hmm. That may be the most money that they make. Mm-hmm. And the snack people get
they gonna get it.
Whoever sell the food and whoever sell the snacks gonna sell out first.
Baby, them little cupcakes and cookies.
And once they done had their little rise and fall, then it's over, you know. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I see a lot of people just kind of snooze on their own businesses, and then they be then popped up, and they literally be asking, when is the next one?
Because.
And I be like,
but maybe that really was a good day for them. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't really know. Like, that might, but even though they stuffy and not, like, you gotta be energetic, even amongst yourselves. Because one time, I did a pop-up, but it's been, this was recent. I didn't make no money at the pop-up. Cool. I wasn't even tripping. What I did, I made a little video, and when I posted the video, I ended up getting a party, and I made over $1,000 at that party. If it had never been slow there, or even if I had looked at the situation like, I'm ready to go, I never would have made the video. My potential customer never would have seen it. It all works together.
Yeah. You
cannot isolate one thing and say. And this is when you have to really have an art and a love for vending, because you can't just say, I ain't make no money, or I ain't gonna do this no more. It take time too, but also it's different things you can do besides just focus on making the money, even if it's slow, even if you like, I ain't getting no customers. Hey girl, would you record me? Do you a little something for the TikTok? Do you a little something? And you're happy.
I think that makes sense. I think that if they go in it and not focus on making no money, period. Mm-hmm. Like, don't think about making no money. Mm-hmm. Go in there and say, I'm going to network with the 25 people that's here. Mm-hmm. It's 25 warm bodies in the building. Mm-hmm. All of these people should know who I am when I leave here. Mm-hmm. You know. And then once, if I had to break a cookie 25 ways so y'all to try it.
Yeah, taste my
At least I had 25 people that didn't know about me until I got here. So now that I have these people here, now if I didn't make no money, out of the 25, they taste my product. Somebody gonna call me back. Mm-hmm. Or somebody gonna walk back to my table before I leave. Mm-hmm. You gotta throw the bait out there. You can't sit there. Like, what you come to sit for? That's what it be.
Okay. Okay, vendors, y'all. We out for you now. We about to take a break. We're going to take a quick little break. If you haven't already liked or subscribed to the channel, please do so at this time. 501 Witty, YouTube. Thank you. When we come back, we gonna talk about the host. Now, we gonna tap into that. Now. We'll be back, right back.
I'm going to be gone.
Welcome back to the Ladies Lounge. I'm your host, Erica Kane. Big one after little one. We're going to jump right back into this thing. We left off. We done talked about vendor roles. If you if you have a suggestion for vendors, drop them down in the comments below so that we can respond back to them. So on this part 2 section, we're gonna talk about the event hosts, their actual job and roles, and what vendors see may be an issue for the vendors. Now, I want to say that Side, she really is one of the best hosts I've ever worked with, because what I do like is that we have little talks throughout the event. Hey, y'all, let's go live. It's always some good music playing, and she's interactive with even the customers that walk through the door, and even with the vendors. Like, so, but from my point of view, I've been a vendor almost 10 years now, maybe more than 10 years, but yeah, 2013. Yeah, that's when my first vendor experience was. And these are some things that are definitely a problem for vendors that hosts might not understand. For one, if you're doing an event and the people coming to the event don't have easy access to the vendors. Like if a event and then the vendors down the hall around the corner, they need to be right in the presence of the walk in, walk out, or even inside of whatever event is happening. That's most effective, because if they down the hall, people might not just feel like walking down the hall. They can't see. Everything is visual for people. They have to be able to see it to be like, oh, okay, let me go over here. Know that it's gonna be, especially with ticket events. With ticket events and stuff like that, it's definitely the event host person, because you done took these people money, is to let the people know people gonna be there. You'll go to some and they be like, I didn't know vendors was gonna be here. I don't have any money. Like, if you throwing something and it's a thing, you gotta let your people know they coming. It's also the vendor's job to let know, but we are not connected to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And this is a network situation, because now I'm meeting who you know, and you meeting me, and back and forth. And I think another issue for me, I try to be up and honest. Like today, I had somebody call me. They want to be a vendor at the Galentine's, and I answered all their questions. You should be able to answer people questions and not feel intimidated or upset. If I'm like, how have you been marketing? If somebody, but you'll get vendors who be like, what your man is on, we working together. Maybe I want to market on the same way you marketing, or on the same platform, or, or something like that. Let me see something else. I think a lot of vendors feel like, which I think is not, it's partly true. And I'm gonna use myself as example. I'm having a Galentine's event. It is a ticketed event. You gotta pay to come there. I already know today how many people who bought a ticket. I'm gonna know the day of. If I felt like that, hey, the ticket sales didn't do good, I'm gonna hit you up and say, hey, I can't give you your money back, or you can still come. But this is the numbers. It's not gonna be that many people. I think that's fair, because you'll pay your money. It's a ticketed event, and then get there and people be like, I don't know where people at. They weren't coming because they didn't buy no ticket. This is not, a free event where you just walk in. So you should always be open and honest with your vendors, because, hey, I might say, hey, I don't want my money back, but when the next time you're doing something, give people an opportunity, because both sides are getting burnt out from these things. And honestly, when I've been in other states, other places, it's a total different feel. It's a total different thing. And it ain't about the actual customers coming in. It's the relationship in between the people who hosting and the vendors. And I believe the biggest disconnect is that a lot of people don't actually know business things. It's more than, and that's on both sides. It's more than, here's what I'm trying to sell you. It's more than it. And it's more than, well, I gave you a place, now you do what you need to do. It's all about networking all together. It's a constant, from the moment that you sign up for an event, the moment you should start promoting the event. And it's not necessarily be like, oh, well, the event people want us just to promote because da-da-da-da. No, you promoting your business too. People are watching everybody from every aspect. So when they get done with the event and the host got something to say about the vendor and the vendor got something to say about the host, now the people like, oh, they messy over there. And it gives a bad look to the whole industry because people won't take out the time to actually know what is their role, what is their lane. Everybody should promote. One time I did a vending event, and I just touched on this, but there was a room full of vendors to a ticketed event, and 3 people showed up. 3 people showed up. She could have, I mean, and because for me, I've been like, you doing something else. I don't know if she ever did something else. But it also left a disdain in me like, honey, you don't, because now you done wasted my time. The whole fact for me ain't about the money, but it's about I could have been making money somewhere else if you just let me know. Unpacking and loading this stuff is a lot, sweetheart. It's a lot. It is. You know, I ain't no young spring chicken no more. But things like that, or I don't know. I never had this. Some people feel hosts are not, what's the word, hospitable. They don't talk to you. They too busy running around doing whatever they need to do, which that is a lot to do when you having an event to put on for the host. Is. But host should get you a little assistant and make sure your vendor's straight. Make sure, and definitely give them a guideline on what you expect for that day before they get there. Give them a little schedule. Vendors be on time. If somebody tell you you need to be there at a certain time, they said that for a particular reason. Because if somebody tell you be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe they only then set aside to talk to vendors from 8 to 8:30. Because at 9 o'clock, they got to do something else. We can't slow down the process. Everybody needs to work on the core. But also, the event host should give them a schedule. This is how the day gonna lay out. This is what, if I can't talk to you, I'm gonna need y'all to contact, my personal contact is Terry, contact Terry and shit. Cause when you in an event, it's so much going on. You can't baby a vendor. You can't baby them. Hey, Shaquila. I can't see today. But you can't baby vendors, and vendors you got to cut that string and you, this is your time to stand on business. And so what you think about the hosting side?
The hosting side, I do agree that the host should do several things. Do as much as they can within their power to get the event out. I feel that they should make sure that they communicate with the vendors. One thing that I do is I put everyone in a group as you sign up. So I'm communicating with everybody as a whole, and it's not all over the place.
Hey, Sharika.
And so when I say, and I try to wait closer to the date, like the day before or 2 days before, to give you instructions on, hey, be here at X at this time. park in the front, unload, move your cars. The restrooms are here, XYZ. Like I try to answer all those questions all in one whop to everybody at one time.
Because you'll be saying it 100 times.
Yeah. And then I try to make sure that I myself at least put it out at least twice a day. I have a schedule. I'm busy like everybody else, but I do know I have an obligation as a host to put it out there at least twice a day. You know, I make sure that I create an event page for it, you know. And it does make a difference when it's ticketed versus when it's not. When it's a free event, the dumbest question, I'm going to call it dumb. Because it's a dumb question to ask how many people going to be there. You don't know how many people going to be at a free event. It's just how. Like how. How? And so when people ask me that question, I think it's like, is it equivalent to someone running their fingernails down a chalkboard for me? It just don't make sense to me. But I always make sure I answer that in a professional way, you know, because now social media is all about making people look bad.
Ooh, girl, that's a whole episode in itself.
And I'm quietly exiting social media. Personally, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
Because the attack amongst each other as far as businesses, that's the first thing we do, you know.
It is.
So, but far as like the host job is to advertise the space, advertise the location. I can tell who all is going to be in there. I make flyers. I send flyers for every vendor. I don't care what business you have. I make a flyer for you, or I give you something to make a flyer for yourself. And I make sure I constantly, sometimes I pay for an ad, but even if I don't pay for an ad, I'm running that on my page like it's an ad. And so a lot of times I just be wanting people to mock at least what I'm doing. If I post it twice today, and it's for us in the room now, so if we all post it twice a day, you know what I'm saying? That's enough time for that to circulate in a day. You know, even if you just post it once a day, you know. And so I just feel like that the host does have an obligation to the vendors to know how many people are going to be in the building. If it's a free event, don't ask that question. You know, just know how many people are you going to get to come to your event where you are set up at. And far as like, you know, when it's a ticketed event, then yes, I think that they should say, well, hey, we had 50 sales. Hey, we sold 100 tickets now. Hey, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So you can only do as much as you can. You know, I know you've seen me where we have events. I work tirelessly. I even walk outside. I think the best event that we have done is the Main Street Food Truck Festival, because it runs right in front of my building. And that day, I'm doing so much to where I just go upstairs where it's nobody and just sit there in the corner and start rocking back and forth. Because it be so many different things. I'm constantly making sure that the restroom's not stocked up. Toilets not stocked up. People from the outside just coming in to use the restroom. Making sure it's not hot or cold in the building. Making sure, you know what I'm saying, I'm constantly adjusting the air. You know, just making sure that the flow is constantly flowing, because it is the type of event to where, you know, you got to be careful. Like the last one, the fire marshal came in there, you know, and people don't see that behind the scenes where I'm having to go outside and put out fires. You know, I even had, you know, the downtown association walk up in there, you know, because I had vendors sitting on the outside of my building, you know, and the lady came down there so rude. I'm like, hey, let's step over here. But she was just determined to be rude, and I was determined for you not to be rude today. So we're finna step over here and talk. Hi, my name is Thai. I'm just seeing you, you just seeing me. Let's start over. You know what I'm saying? But people don't see the fires that you got to put out as the vendor or as the venue owner while they in there selling products or making money. So I think it does work both ways. As far as the vendor has a responsibility, the host has a responsibility. But if the host continue to open up their doors and allow for you to come in there and sit 3 or 4 hours to promote your product, and if it's wearing the host down, then eventually it will be something that I'm not interested in no more, you know. So that's how I see it. Now, I have had some good vendors Because I have a lot of vendors that repeat. You didn't came to so many. You didn't set up so many.
Yeah.
You know, from your toys to your glasses.
This years and years.
Yeah. And I've been doing it since 2014. I've always believed in providing an avenue, a platform for people to grow and get their business in front of the right people. But I can bring you to the water, boo. I can't make you swallow it. Sure. I can't make you get the sale. You know, I don't even know what you're selling. I can't do that part for you. So I'm really just considering this year, I'm minimizing a whole lot with the pop-up shops, because I feel that those Saturday mornings that I'm taking up my time from 8 to almost 3 o'clock, that's half of my Saturday day when I could really be doing a wedding for $5,000. You know, but it's one of those things where I feel like I've done my part, you know, and now pop-up shops, I will go and attend them elsewhere. But this year is just about changing pages for me as a business owner, because you got to know when you pivoting in your business. That's the same thing with yourself, sitting at the table being a vendor. You got to know when it's time to pivot. You know, I used to sell lingerie, and I knew I first started selling lingerie out of my house. Okay, it came a point where everybody was coming to my house. You know, now it's more men than women coming to my house. You know, so I knew that I had to change. I had to pivot. So the first thing I did was go selling the lingerie, selling the strip clubs. One strip club led to 3 strip clubs. Every weekend I was at the strip club, you know. But the guys that was out there was wondering why they never seen me come out stripping. They just seen me come out. They just seen me come in with a bag and leave. It would be nice that I would make more money than the strippers. And not saying anything about any of that. I'm just saying that they will go. It's the difference in between when you here to make some money. I was a vendor, you know. So I'm back in the back and I'm looking like, okay, so she needs some baby wipes. Okay, she needs some powder. They need some tampons. They need some, so I went from selling lingerie to selling everything that they needed, you know. Okay, and I would come home making $2,000 to $2,500, all the dollars y'all done collected out there to bring them home to mama. And you know what? I'm back there in the back. Girl, you look so good, girl. You need to, don't go back out there with that. Girl, you just came off, you got to change clothes. Like, y'all need to be having at least, and I made sure that because my goal is to make sure I made enough money, because my light bill I got 2 sons at home. So I'm finna, everybody in here that went out there and made $1 finna bring it home to me. And I made sure that I left and came. So I was a vendor in different aspects, but I never was a quiet vendor. I'm not going to sit there and not make no money. I'd rather stay at home and make some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather stay at home. Why I'm going to get out and not really make no money? What you leave the house for? You know? So that's how I see it. You got to take responsibility for your own business, no matter where you are. You know, I've seen people, you've seen them, you know, stand on the corner singing. You know, in California and things like they with a little pan or something to collect some bucket or something to collect some money. You your own representative. And if you ain't hustling, then you need to hush. Like, you need to put all that stuff up, go sell all that stuff and go work for somebody. People that don't hustle when they have a hustle, I feel like those people need to quit. And they need to go and work for somebody to tell them what to do. Because if you can't tell you what to do and make some money on your own, then you need somebody to tell you what to do. Am I lying? You need somebody to tell you what to do. You need somebody. I worked at my job for 10 years at Delta. And I didn't like that they'll tell me you got 6 minutes in a day. Split it up how you want to split it up. But that's your bathroom break. You got 2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch. You telling me what to do? But I did that for 10 years, y'all telling me what to do. You telling me I got to force feed myself in 30 minutes. What if I need to talk on the phone? You telling me that I got to be on this phone and make 200 calls or take 200 calls. And I do that. And if you don't do that, then you didn't make your quota, so you can't qualify for this. Why you don't set them goals for yourself with your own business? Say, okay, when I get out in the morning, I'm going to make $400 today. How you going to make the $400? How many people do you need to see to make $400? How many sunshades do you need to sell to make your $400, $500? I need to make the rent. I'm finna go stand on the corner Matter of fact, I'm finna go wherever the glasses people need to be. You know, I got a friend that was talking about she leaving from where she lived to go. She trying to decide if she want to go to Dallas or she want to go to Atlanta. I say she sell waist trainers and booty products and all that. I say, let me ask you a real question. You want to go to Dallas because it's comfortable. You need to go where everybody talking about their ass. Yeah. You need to go where they buying booties.
No, they buying them in
where
Dallas.
they, I'm just saying where they making them up and shaping them up. You need to go where you need to. What makes sense though? Right. You know what I'm saying? Would it make sense for you to go to Dallas or would it make sense for you to go to Atlanta? You don't have any kids. You can jump in and out. Yeah. You can do 6 months here, 6 months there, and get it set up. So that's why I kind of look at it like, with business, ask yourself some questions. Do I really need to be there? Like, even when people have logos, I look at, like, everything. They send me these logos. They be dark, black background logos, like dark logos. Like your logo, you can't even read it. You know what I'm saying? Like you say that they don't have business sense. Sit down with your business. Close the shit.
Just get you some help. Don't close. It's okay.
Go get a job. Uber Eats.
Find some avenues. I always tell people it's good.
Close your business if you're not there to work your business because you cannot teach ambition. Period. The end. I'm disciplined. I get up 3 and 5 o'clock in the morning. By the time I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, from 3 to 5, I be done got up. I'm dressed. By the time you think about you just not still, you trying to convince yourself to get up out the bed. I'm been gone.
That's the truth. We do find ourselves.
Now, if I get sleepy about 7 or 8 o'clock, then I'm fine, and I can go on and go to bed because I know I started my day way ahead of time.
That's my schedule right there. I'm sleep by 8.
It shouldn't take the new year for you to discipline yourself.
Yeah.
We be our own mountain.
Yeah, we do.
So that's why our business can't go past our mind. Where your mindset is, you know what I'm learning with myself, and I've been beating myself up because I see that whatever the results are, that's how much effort I put into it.
Ooh, speaking. How many? Did you put some fingers up for me, producer? With 3 minutes.
Wherever it is, wherever what my results look like, at the end of the day, then that's how much effort I put into it.
She just said a lot. And we're going to close church out. You can come to the altar and we can pray about these things. You can give it up to the hustle now. Okay?
Close the business. You gonna close it or run? You gonna close it or run it? What you gonna do?
We gonna get you come back.
What they say? You gonna shit or get off the pot? Go to bed.
Okay. Well, this has been the Ladies Lounge, and I've had a great time today. Let them know how they can reach you one more time.
I used to have a ladies' room.
And why I be saying that? I be blueprinting all the time, and I be like, yeah.
You can find me, Miss Billion Michelle on Facebook, and you can find me on Instagram as the Billion Event Center. The Billion, just billions, everywhere you go. You type in Billion, you'll find me.
Okay, and y'all know y'all can find me on Facebook and TikTok, Erica Kane, Instagram, Alluring Elements _things. And we'll catch you next time. Love you.